What's up guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be giving you reviews of two new products from Prism Lens FX. Now if you're unfamiliar with Prism Lens FX, it is a company based out of California. They hand make filters that go over your lens to help kind of manipulate light and the image that you're shooting. So they have a wide variety of products and they are all really awesome. I own most of them and I will be doing reviews of them over the next month. But today I'm going to review two of their newest products. I bought these on Black Friday. They arrived by December 2nd, I believe, which was very fast shipping. It was way faster than I was expecting. The two products that I'm going to be reviewing are the Centerfield Split Diopter. It is basically two pieces of glass mounted on a filter ring, and it creates this really amazing kind of blurred effect on either side of the image. And the other one is the linear effect filter, which is this guy here. And this was the reason why I ordered a bundle of them on Black Friday. They were advertising this one to me hardcore, and oh my god, it is just so cool. There are so many endless possibilities. So this is going to be a really positive review if you guys couldn't tell already. Excellent shipping time, excellent quality products. They all come with the world's biggest microfiber cloth. They also come with these lovely little carrying cases. I've put labels on mine because they all look the same, but there's also a pouch for a label on the back. I have other products of theirs that I'm not going to be reviewing today, but I will review in the future, so if you'd like to see these, let me know down in the comments. I've got the chromatic flare filter, the dream effects filter, the starburst filter, and I have the kaleidoscope filter, which is similar to the linear effects filter in that it is a prism filter, and they are both gorgeous. I prefer the linear effects filter, and I'm going to tell you why. The first product that I'm going to be reviewing, this Centerfield Split Diopter, is currently on their website for $70, but they go on sale frequently and they have really good deals, like buy one get one 50% off, buy two get one free type of things. So definitely keep an eye out for those, especially on shopping holidays like Black Friday and Boxing Day. Getting into the meat of what I love this filter for, it is really good at minimizing background distractions. So if you're shooting outside, which I shoot exclusively outside during quarantine, then, you know, you're in an alleyway, there's some great leading lines, there's a really cool wall, and then at the end of those leading lines, there's like a garbage can or something. And it's a really distracting element. Maybe there's like a bright orange sign or something that you just don't love having in frame, and you don't want to have to go through the effort of shopping it out of every photo later, but you know you're gonna have to. This filter comes in handy a lot because it isolates the center of the image, and I'll throw up some examples. Other distractions kind of around are blurred out, but the middle is still very visible. So you can have leading lines that just kind of recede into this glow. You can have a portrait in the middle that's perfectly focused, but then have on either side just these kind of clouds of light, which I find really appealing in a photograph. The light on a person's face, for example, will kind of be pulled off and have like this kind of glow that is separate from their face, which is also, it's just a super interesting effect. I know some people really aren't into the prism and things in front of the lens look, but I super am. So if you're that kind of photographer, like, this is gonna be great for you. One thing to keep in mind about this filter is that if you're shooting completely zoomed out, it can be a little bit apparent that there is something in front of the lens. Sometimes you can see like the sides of the filter, like this part here in the image. I'll show you some example images here of it fully zoomed out and then partially zoomed in and then a close-up. And with the close-up, if you are really close to the subject and fully zoomed in, then you can barely see the effect at all, which can be really nice and subtle in portraits, which is kind of what you want usually. I prefer to use this kind of in the middle, so I like to see some of it on either side, but it's blurry enough that you can't really tell what it is. Overall, for this filter, when I'm comparing what I was expecting with what I got, I would give it a 10 out of 10. It's exactly what I expected. It rotates, you know, you can shoot a landscape and have, you know, the road in the foreground be blurred out and the sky in the background be blurred out, and then just have the horizon that you're looking for in focus. It's really versatile, there's a lot of possibilities. It does rotate on the end of your lens like this, so you can try all kinds of things. Minimize background distractions, blur some light, get a really dreamy effect. Yeah, it's a 10 out of 10 product, would recommend. Moving on now to the linear prism, which, like I said, I quite like this product and I'm very glad that I got it. This guy is currently also going for $70 on their website, which I think is a good price considering that it is literally hand ground. It is a 77mm filter, which I'm realizing I should have mentioned before. All of their filters come in a 77mm and then like a 4x5 sheet of glass type thing. So I buy these ones because they screw onto my 24x70mm lens. I have shot quite a bit with this filter now, and I have found that if you were shooting something with a lot of detail, it's not great. Like if you're doing like a, a city skyline or a tree or, some bricks or something, it can be pretty distracting. So I like to use this one for portraits or fashion on a plain colored background or with a minimalist background, because that's when you really get that super cool, trippy effect and it's not complicated by a whole bunch of other things getting refracted through the prism. So I think that's pretty straightforward, maybe pretty self-explanatory that it would do that. I mean, you can kind of see it might be a little bit even distracting with this background, although I think this background would look awesome with it. Another thing about this filter is that my camera has a very hard time with autofocus when I'm using this. It gets extremely confused, and I get confused sometimes about like, which image is actually the real image, which one should I actually be focusing on in the viewfinder. So usually what I'll do is I'll get as close as I can in autofocus, and then I'll just switch it to manual and shoot in manual. So a lot of the photos I've taken with this have turned out like slightly blurry, which I think is really part of the artistic charm. It's not gonna be super perfect unless you can actually get autofocus to work with it. Tips for getting autofocus to work: if it's like this or like this, autofocus will work. But if it's on an angle like that, that's when autofocus starts to get pretty confused. And so usually if I'm trying to get like that angled look, which is super interesting, then I'll, focus there, flip it into manual, take the shot, get as sharp as I can, just visually. I think with this filter, the name of the game really is minimalism. Plain colored backgrounds, in studio would be an awesome place to use this filter. Somewhere with diffuse lighting would be really sweet. Stuff like that. Yeah, you don't want to have like too many harsh edges or anything because that gets a bit complicated. But overall, I am super happy with this one. I am really glad that I bought it when I did. I'm really glad that I have it for the new year, and I am really excited to use this in some low light photography coming up. So that is the full review that I have for you today. These are some great products and I really recommend them if you couldn't tell. This is my honest review. This isn't sponsored. Nobody paid for me to have these products. I bought them myself because I thought I'd like them, and I really do. I wanted to share because it's a great company and you should definitely buy from them if you enjoy this kind of photography. So check it out. I'll put the link down in the description to their Instagram and their shop. Also, if you found this review helpful, let me know down in the comments or give me a like on this video. And if you want to see more content like this, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I'm putting out new videos every Monday. Stay sharp and don't forget to keep shooting.